Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you game 1 in a series between Hopestar and Th000. Hopestar spawning as the purple undead on the top right hand side of the map. No, I am not talking, well maybe I am talking faster. We do have the game already up into 8 speed as it is gonna be a human versus undead matchup. The games I'm giving to you today are gonna be fairly decent in length. Unfortunately, there are no live WarCraft 3 tournaments. I would love to cast a WarCraft 3 tournament for Blizzard. Hey, Blizzard, if you do watch this, please have like a throwback to the past and have like WarCraft 3 on the center stage at BlizzCon. Invite me. I will be there. You guys know how to get a hold of me pretty easily. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going down here in this WarCraft 3 matchup as we see Th000 randoming into human. So Th000 is going to be opening up with human. Interesting that he decides to go for an archmage, as the Mountain King is often a very popular hero on this map. Now, Hopestar did open up and scout out relatively early with that Acolyte, and he knows exactly what his opponent is doing in terms of heroes. Now, one of the interesting things about WarCraft 3 is the selection of your first hero, and it does give away a bit of strategy which you are trying to do. Unlike, say, StarCraft 2, you can't really tech switch off of your primary hero because all of this early time where your first hero is gaining experience is very key. Also, by taking out creep camps, you are pretty much guaranteeing that those other creep camps are not going to be able to be creeped out either after for your second or even your third hero. So your first hero is a very important choice, as we see Militia now rushing down in to try and take down the mercenary camp. Unluckily for Th000 does not place that water elemental correctly, quickly getting it purged by the Renegade Wizard, as a Ring of Protection +3 may get stolen. The Death Knight, no, Archmage still picks it up. A very nice item there, as it does get to level 2. Alright, there goes another peasant, as the Death Knight is really working overtime to try and get as many kills onto the units as possible. Death Knight now being forced to back off here. The Death Knight does have a good bit of experience, as these peasants down over here are not going to be heading back to base. Very interesting play, very smart play, the correct play by Th000 to make sure that the Death Knight was not able to get some easy kills off of these peasants. You do not want to be feeding the experience, and that's what we're looking at here. By coming back down and letting these peasants, say, just walk around the space a little bit, he'll be able to start building up the towers a little bit earlier than normal. And in addition, building up those towers a little bit earlier than normal, he's not going to lose that many peasants overall. You can see that he still has the perfectly numbered 5 peasants here. Perhaps he expected to lose 1 or 2, as we are looking at 36/36 supply for Th000. Hopestar, on the other hand, still sitting at level 1 on his Death Knight, going to be relatively low, and things are going to go from perhaps bad to worse in just a moment. It's often very difficult to try and stop this expansion as it's coming up. You can see that there are skeletal minions really just attempting to put pressure on this base, but it's not really working. Oh, one peasant down there would have been taken out. Is it going to get taken out? I believe one shot from the Death Knight. No, the Death Knight unable to get the shot off there at all. Doesn't want to get surrounded, as the Death Knight still rounding around this corner. Meanwhile, a Crypt Fiend off to the north looks like it will get taken out. You can see that Crypt Fiend with Boots of Speed and Claws of Attack +6, more than a match, as the Death Knight now looks to come back over once more. Alright, going after a Troll Shadow Priest, taking a little bit more damage than he would like. You can see that Troll Shadow Priest is pretty much out of mana, so this one peasant down here is going to end up falling. Level 2 now on the Death Knight, takes down the Troll Shadow Priest, and now also going after the Troll Berserker. Alright, the Troll Berserker looks like it could be falling down here any moment now. That Troll Berserker down to 250 hit points. Skeletal minions once again coming back in, and the Death Knight actually doing a fairly good job here. Alright, are we going to see the Death Coil? Yes, we are, and the Death Knight does get his kill here and may be able to put some pressure. No, unable to, as we now see the Death Knight. Oh, and wait, Archmage now coming in. Oh, this is going to be a huge huge problem as the Death Knight does not have enough mana to actually heal. Not quite sure to heal one of these ghouls. Not quite sure why they're not trying to break out of this, as we now see a surround go down. No, the Footman able to break the surround here. The Death Knight now going after all these units. Now it looks as though one ghoul will get taken down. Yes, a ghoul does get taken down as more and more Footmen rush on in. Death Knight currently halfway up to level 3. Meanwhile, Archmage is at level 3, almost halfway to level 4, as he rushes head on into a potentially dangerous situation. The Lich is out on the field, and the Death Knight is bringing up the rear. The positioning is going to be ever so strange if this Archmage gets caught. And no, the Archmage is not going to get caught here. Very, very interesting play as the Death Knight now attempting to try and take down this Ogre Warrior creep camp. Ogre Warrior, Ogre Magi. You can see the Troll Berserkers. Oh, there is a Footman now down over here. The Footman could get taken out pretty quickly as well. Is that Footman going to lose any units? There goes one Footman as we now have the Archmage pushing back in again. The Archmage is relatively low on hit points. You can see that Water Elementals are coming in. Acolytes now coming off the gold mine in order to get a bit of repairing, and the Death Knight now does arrive. The Death Knight going to cause problems, but the Water Elementals shutting down the Slaughterhouse for the second time, delaying some key tech as the Acolytes are once more repairing. Alright, I believe that is Teal. I don't know what he said at all. Though not really saying much of anything there as the Footmen are once more on the run. Alright, Water Elemental down to 134 hit points. Should get taken out without any issues whatsoever. As the Skeletal, oh nope, the Lich is not going to even bother to try and take it down. Instead, the Creep Camps are going to go ahead and take out that Creep Camp, or that one important Water Elemental without anyone nearby. Though currently sitting at level 3 on his Archmage, he is still sitting at tier 1, almost at, or has started his way to tier 2, and with his early pressure early on against those Slaughterhouses, he's gonna have a very, very easy time teching the tier 2 now that we know that the destroyers are significantly delayed. Slaughterhouse just now about to be finished. We are already done with Black Citadel, but it's going to be quite some time before we see any obsidian statues and even the research for destroyers. Death Knight does pick up an Orb of Corruption. May go after some units here. The Death Knight now is going to try and chase down any of those units. No, it is not. The Death Knight easily getting some damage onto this Footman here. It looks like that, oh, Footman will end up getting taken out. There's the quick Death Coil for a little bit of extra more. And now this is just looking extremely good as level 2 now onto the Lich. A little bit of a hit and run tactic. And this is going to be perfect if the Lich can get off another Frost Nova. One more Frost Nova and things are pretty much going to go from bad to worse for Th000, as Th000 is on the run away from that Death Knight. Death Knight still getting in bits of hits. It looks like, yes, that unit will get taken down. That -3 armor really making a big play there as that Footman takes extra damage for his lack of armor. Death Knight now making its way over, perhaps going to try and creep out these two orange creep camps. Meanwhile, the Lich is currently sitting at level 2 and now going to try to get to level 3 by himself. It will not get to level 3 off of this creep camp though, as it is just a 533 creep camp, as we see the Lich now going to town. Claws of Attack +6 onto that Lich. Meanwhile, you see the Death Knight and Skeletal Minions looking to push back this army of units here, and it looks like the Archmage will be able to do exactly that. Constantly buying time, as we can see the Lich is now coming back from down below. Oh, here's the engagement, and there is a little bit of attack. Frost Nova onto the Archmage. Archmage takes a little bit of damage, but able to run away without much effort, as we're looking at the Water Elemental taking a bit more damage than he would like, down to 57 hit points, but it will end up surviving, perhaps heading over to a Nerubian. Is that, no, a Spirit Tower. That's the Nerubian Tower. Alright, let's go ahead back down over here. Death Knight sitting at level 3. Lich is still... Lich is hiding right behind a tree right there. as that Lich is just going to be seen at level 3. The Death Knight opted to not back off from that creep camp, thereby keeping that Lich from level 3. The Lich does have Orb of Corruption and that plus Claws of Attack +6, which will help out tremendously, but it needs to get to level 3 for that more impressive Frost Nova. Alright, Death Knight running away from this Footman. Footman taking a fair bit of damage once more. Skeletal minions are right there. Footman perhaps looking to take down this Acolyte, as we are getting Ziggurats at the natural, or at the expansions. Both sides have to be very, very careful with their gold, as we now see a Destroyer up in the air. Alright, that Destroyer is going to not catch up to that Footman for quite a while. You can see right... Oh, it looks like he did do a little bit of damage there. Footman now denied, as we can see that the Destroyer just looking to get a little bit of extra experience for that for the Death Knight and the Lich. Lich now at level 3, so we have level 3 compared to a level 3 level 1, and Hopestar really making a bit of a strong comeback play if he is able to continue and follow up this strategy. Alright, Destroyer down to 652 hit points, will be forced to regenerate back at home or next to that Death Knight, as undead units do not regenerate hit points unless they are on Blight. Death Knight looking to perhaps pick up a potion of invulnerability, and maybe probably that. I can see a Scroll of Town Portal, but most likely not. Yep, no Scroll of Town Portal as of yet. Obsidian Statue is nearby, and it is not able to regenerate hit points or mana either, as the Death Knight just sitting at the shop, not really doing much of anything. Archmage at 3, Mountain King at 1. Double Griffin Aviaries now up, as we see the Dragonhawk Rider looking to back away from that Destroyer. Remember, the Dragonhawk Rider, even though it has a little bit less armor than the Destroyer and a lot less hit points, it can still probably win, at least once Animal War Training is done, in a one-on-one fight because of the type of damage they deal. Piercing units deal much more damage to light armored units on average, as the Death Knight looking to clear up many of these Troll Berserkers. Alright, Troll Berserkers will get cleaned up. Lich is now sitting at level 3. Death Knight sitting at level 3. And not quite sure how the Lich caught up in terms of experience so quickly. Alright, Lich shows up to the party, now attempting to take down this Footman. Footman taking a lot of damage here. Not looking good for him. And down to 42 hit points. There it goes. Level 4 now on the Death Knight, as he snakes back in to get that last bit of experience. Lich, Death Knight, all ready to go. I thought I saw Dark Ranger for a second, but I could just be imagining things, as the Lich and the Death Knight look to clear out this orange creep camp here. This is the most difficult creep camp on the map, Gargantuan Sea Turtles, as the Lich quickly throws up a Frost Armor in order to protect himself. Alright, here we go. Gargantuan Sea Turtle, -1 armor, currently taking a fair bit of damage. Meanwhile, back over here, Archmage, using flying machines to keep track of any short of shades, quickly finds that there are none. Paladin was the second hero instead of the third hero, which is the normal. No, wait, no, never mind. I take it back. Mountain King was hiding behind a water elemental. There's that Mountain King. There is that Paladin, and that Paladin is just still sitting at level 1, not yet at level 2. All right. In terms of gameplay and strategy, the Archmage really needs to just continue with what he's got so far. He hasn't really been applying any pressure on his opponents, so if the Undead can perhaps sit at no upkeep longer and then catapult himself into 50 or 80 over 80 supply as Th000 did, then he would have a very easy time. The problem is that the economic advantage is now a bit much, as we see about 1,400 gold, which is 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 20 seconds about in terms of ahead, but it's still not going to really recover that, as how did we lose 5 supply units that quickly? All right, not quite sure what was lost, but a unit was lost right there, as we are looking at Obsidian Statues getting ready to go. Double Spirit Towers, 1 Nerubian Tower, as the flying machines just instead head off north to try and go, disrupt the main base. Still sitting at 80 over 80 supply, and that is going to be key, as we now also see knights in this group. The only thing that I really wish we saw was animal war training, as that would give the knights more hit points and also the griffins more hit points, making them that much more potent, that much stronger. Spirit Tower quickly taking down Squirrel Town Portal, now coming in. There's a couple of webs. Are we going to see some more webs? Oh my goodness, there goes one Crypt Fiend. Another Crypt Fiend could get taken down. Divine Shield quickly comes on, and that is a problem. The Death Knight unable to really focus down many of those griffins, as there's still 1, 2, 3 griffins in the air. One of them being ensnared, and plenty of flying machines to cause problems as well. All right. One of these Griffin Riders quickly taken out. We can see more damage coming in. There is a more web, and again, there goes an Obsidian statue as the Death Knight now looks to back off. All right, Death Knight looking to finish off everything else. There goes the Crypt Fiend. The Gargoyle is in the air, only to get shot down in a matter of seconds, as the units are now looking to back off. All right, flying machines heading back down. Death Knight quickly gets storm bolted and now taking a absolute beating from the Mountain King. He decides to go home and lick his wounds a bit more, as he is not feeling comfortable. All right, so far Death Knight sitting at 4, Lich sitting at 4, going up against 3, I believe 3, 4, 3. Yeah, level 4, level 3, level 3. Mountain King just now getting to level 3 as well, as the Paladin is just doing his job trying to keep everyone alive. All right, back off to the north. Pendant of Energy given to the Lich. Lich now having upwards of 600 mana. Quickly drops it. Oh, there goes the Dark Ritual, and then uses the Pendant again. No use of Clarity Potions, instead using Dark Ritual to regenerate a bit of mana. And now coming back down in. Okay, we have 2 Siege Engines and a whole bunch of Flying Machines. This could be extremely bad news, as the Crypt Fiends are going to quickly start webbing down many of these units. All right, Frost Nova onto that Crypt Fiend. Meanwhile, more airdrops coming down onto all of these units here, and that is just an absolute nightmare for Hopestar, as Hopestar unable to really deal with what we're looking at so far. Hopestar, even though he did have some solid plays early on, does not follow it up, does not finish it up, and it looks like Th000 is going to be able to get the last laugh here, taking down a couple of more units, perhaps even getting to level 5.
The player's forces are under attack.
Nope, no, not level. Oh, no, Death Knight just now. Death Knight now just now got to level 5. Needs to take down this expansion and take it down quickly. All right, so far we can see the Paladin is right there. Oh, just take down that unit there. There, it does go down. Staff of Sanctuary saves the Paladin again, as we now see the Slaughterhouse go down. All right, this is going to be a slow but painful death for Hopestar. Hopestar perhaps reliving all the mistakes that he made in this game. Not that he made very many. He may have misstepped once, maybe twice, but besides that, he played a pretty solid game. It's just that Th000 was able to set up that expansion and get it operational much earlier, before Hopestar had any way to really counter it and deal with it. All right, let's take a look where everything is going to be going next. There is a Shade sitting in the center portion of the map. You can see the Paladin, the Archmage, and the Mountain King all rolling out across the fields to get to their opponent's target and perhaps try and finish this. You also see flying machines flying overhead as well. I don't see any workers being brought over. No, just griffins, no workers. And with no workers, these flying machines are going to be suffering permanent damage. They need to be repaired. And anytime you can repair a unit for a little bit of gold, that is always a very good choice, as we're now looking at the flying machines ready to bombard the city. All right. Doing a lot of damage here. You can see the bombarding now already under place, going after all of these key buildings, and it looks like that is going to be the case here, as we also see the paladin with the divine shield now getting taken out. So far, so good for both sides. This fight, however, not looking all too good, as we see, I believe that was, is that Cloud? All right. I don't know why Cloud was researched there at all. But then again, who am I to ask? Th000 really taking the upper hand now, and it looks like that is going to be the GG here in just a second. All right, let's take a look. Holy Light onto the Dragonhawk Rider. The Dragonhawk Rider is still alive. Paladin sitting at level 3, able to finish and heal up a bit more. All right, flying machines almost taken out. And once those flying machines are gone, the rest of the ground army should be easy and peaceful for the remaining units of Th000. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.